you found yourself serving more time in a more expensive case than that cop that you were in a shared a jail with,
Ooh,
and he was
yo, you did your homework, man.
of course, man, always. Like he was like if I remember correctly, he killed somebody because he was drunk driving. He killed a young man, and he didn't get caught until 2 years later because
Yeah.
the partner that he did the crime with had a guilty conscience. So he turned him in, and he was doing less time than you, and his bail and all that, and his restitution was less than you. And what did you do? You painted on the surface. You added a surface to another surface. It's insanity. It's insanity that everything that's happened to you, and it's just absolutely insane, man. The one-off case, the making an example, it's like make an example out of that fool. And it's
So,
just
you know, yeah. Again, I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just, there's so many like things flying around in my brain that I want to get out to you while you're saying this. But like, a lot of people have this reaction when they hear my situation, you know, especially because I'm a white dude, but I'm not like a white boy from like the streets of Brooklyn, like everybody else that's come on here. I'm like a white guy from like, you know, kind of just boring, like poor middle class. Like there really isn't too much to even say about, you know, where I'm from. The crime rate's not crazy high. It's not, you know, we're just blue collar, boring, whatever, small town. So like the people that I'm around, when I tell them, you know, details of my life, it blows their mind. But I think that for me, one thing that's helped keep me in check to not always be feeling like, why me? You know what I mean? Like my life's so bad. I just listen to other people because everybody has struggles, not to be cliche or whatnot, but if you listen to even the guys that you've been interviewing, man, I probably have the easiest life out of all the writers that you've you know interviewed, except for maybe I don't know, like listening to Jess, you know, his life sounds pretty dope, but you know, everybody else has shared like their struggles, and like I'm like, wow, man, you know, dudes getting stabbed, going to prison multiple times, dealing with alcoholism, depression, like, you know, OJ's childhood, like all of these things that I was listening to. I'm like, man, even though, you know, I'm a felon and I went to prison and I'm on parole and I owe all this crazy amount of money, life could still be more difficult, and everybody has their challenges that they deal with. So I've never kind of adopted the mentality of being like, why me? You know, I just try and look at like the things that I've got going on that are positive in my life. I have some amazing friends. You know what I mean? I've had, you know, a beautiful girlfriend who supported me like throughout the situation, you know, like I mean, I have a studio now. I make paintings. Like I wake up in the morning, I get a smoothie every day. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, there are elements of my life that are very challenging, but I just try and kind of focus on the positive things and, you know, try to think about, I'm always thinking introspectively, you know what I mean? I'm always analyzing, like, my mind is open to maybe the fact that I made mistakes or something in the past, and maybe it's my responsibility that bad things have happened, or maybe this is just a plan. You know what I mean? I've even been just considering the idea that there's a plan for all of us. You know what I mean? I'm always like kind of trying to keep my mind open to, you know, cause and effect and the balance of things. And, you know, but in general, like my day-to-day demeanor is I'm a happy person, you know, despite like kind of these challenges. So